Hi all, I'm Pushp Sirohi, and today we'll discuss about diversity and inclusion. Why? Because diversity is a very important aspect nowadays for organizations to, survive in market. So you have to be diversified to attract the talent from market. It's a very important aspect nowadays. So let's know about diversity and inclusion. What is diversity and what is inclusion? So what is diversity? So the diversity defined refers to the existence of variations of different characteristics in group of people. These characteristics could be everything that makes us unique, such as our cognitive skills and personality traits, along with the things that shapes our identity, like race, age, gender, religion, sexual orientation, culture, background. So, for example, like these are the diversified things which we expect in terms of diversifying people. Like people are diversified in terms of color, gender, behavior, religion, military experience, personality, beliefs, communication style, habits, level in organization, sexual orientation, thinking style, marital status, ethnicity, native, non-native, education, parental status, functional specialties, values, ages, socio-economic status, body size, type, culture, work background. So diversity in the workplace means that the organization employs a diverse team of people that reflective of the society in which it exists and operate. So, like, unfortunately, determining what makes a team diversified isn't so simple. So, I'm also working in one of the multinational company. I love to work with my team because it's diversified. My global team is totally diversified, and I got to know the, know to know about more cultures of different part of the world, and I love it. I got to know about the styles of discussing the topics and the way they communicate the things, and it's very nice to learn new like behavioral aspects, new traits, new personality traits. You come along with your own persona when you touch so many diversified people. You learn new diversified things in your personality traits too, and you can also grow more rapidly if you also are diversified personality. So diversity incorporates all of the elements, so that makes individual unique from one another. So like, and while there are infinite differences in humans, most of us subconsciously define diversity by few categories only, like gender, race, age. No, and believe me, many of the organizations still don't know about diversity. They only know about diversity in terms of gender diversity. That's it. They don't know about other aspects on which we can create a diversified team and create an environment where synergy took place. An organizational goal achieved by the diversified teams are most likely more resultable and more effective and efficient. So make sure like you make your team more diversified in case if you want to survive for a long run. So what is diversity in the workplace is another caution. So to come up with a workplace diversity definition, we have to think about all the different characteristics that employee could have. First, we have the protected characteristics such as race, gender, like gender, sexual orientation, and secondly we have all the other the difference, like on behalf of their experience, on behalf of their talents, on behalf of their skills, opinion, personalities. So inclusion, many times people confused with the terminology of inclusion. They mixed it up with diversity. No, it's not a diversity. Actually, Society of Human Resource and Management, SHRM, mentioned that the inclusion means the achievement of a work environment in which all individuals are treated fairly and respectfully, have equal access to the opportunities and resources, and can contribute fully to the organizational success. So I hope now you understand the meaning of inclusion too. So difference, like how we know what is diversity and diversity versus inclusion is the right word. So these two aspects will clarify about the diversity and inclusion in your mind. So diversity refers to the traits and characteristics that make people unique, while inclusion refers to the behaviors and social norms that ensure people feel welcome. Not only in inclusivity crucial for diversity efforts to succeed, but creating an inclusive culture will prove beneficial for employee engagement and productivity too. And employee engagement is the most important part of any organization. If your employees are engaged enough to perform according to their skill sets, they will never leave you. Retention affect it a lot if your organization have employee engagement. So I hope now you have a clear knowledge about diversity and inclusion. Let's discuss about diversity and discrimination. So diversity in the workplace is also closely tied with discriminations. So bias and discriminatory employment practice exclude people who have specific characteristics, making it difficult for organization to achieve and maintain diversity. So that why many companies take action. Here are some more examples of diversity in the workplace along with the ways to tackle discrimination. So hiring women in tech, bringing gender diversity, fighting gender ability, color, caste, LGBT inequalities in leadership roles, dealing with age and gender discrimination, fostering an age-inclusive workplace, building the case for disability inclusion, considering candidates with a non-traditional backgrounds, removing unconscious bias from the hiring processes. So that will surely help you out to create a diversified team. But so many, like the last point mentioned, that removing unconscious bias from the hiring process is the most difficult task for the hiring managers to create such environment in the hiring people, hiring executives, because they somehow, like deviated their decisions because of their unconscious bias. And about, if you want to know about unconscious bias, I already launched a video. You can check it out about the complete topic. So let's move to the next slide. Importance of diversity in the workplace. So, like building a diverse company means that you don't discriminate against protected characteristics, which we discussed in last slides, and that you are an equal opportunity employer, which creates a brand for you guys. So this will help build up your employer brand and keep employees satisfied and productive. So, and it's also the right or the best thing to do. So, while you might be obliged by the law to be unbiased when hiring and managing employees, it's not mandatory to actively aim to build diversified team. So, however, there are some business benefits associated with diversity in the workplace. So, though that you should know into like diverse companies when you start working in diversified companies. Like me, I enjoy diversity. So, the most important part, like why diversity is important, like really, it reflects society and demographic more accurately. When we have employees from all caste, creed, color, and genders, it's easy for us to understand about any brainstorming session, because everyone come up with their own beliefs, own agenda, own perceptions, own biasness, own unconscious bias, and when they all come together and discuss it, the best thing like synergy comes up. So that's the best part in diversified teams. Speak to a broader market when you are diversified. Get more creative and profitable when you are diversified. And you will get benefits also. You attract the customers which are from different creed, caste, colors, and genders, and all the like types which we mentioned about diversity. So what are the benefits of diversity inclusion in the workplace? So I took it from the data. So like you can see those benefits. So it's available on Google also. So ethically diverse companies are 35% more likely to yield higher revenues, while gender diverse companies are only 15% more likely to yield higher revenue. I told you about it. Many companies are, having a different perception about diversity. They only focus on gender diversity, like male, female, that's it. They don't focus on other diversity That's the reason they reduce the 20% higher revenue profit. So benefit two, in the US, companies that increase racial and ethnic diversity on senior boards enjoy 0.8% increase in earnings before interest and tax, while the counterparts in the UK sees its 3.5% increase. Benefit three, a recent BCG study found a strong, statistically significant positive relationship between diversity and corporation innovations. The study author explained her findings in a TED talk, so which is a must see for anyone interested in this topic. Then Glassdoor is one of the Fortune 500 company mentioned that found that 57% of the employees and 67% of job seekers consider diversity an important element of their workplaces, which affect recruitment and retention. That's the reason I told in the last slide that unconscious bias of a recruitment executive is very important while they're selecting candidates for the teams, for the company, for organization to achieve organizational goal, not their personal goal. So I suggest them don't deviate their decisions. Don't deviate your decisions on behalf of your unconscious biases. Enjoy. Benefits. Other benefits are like diversified companies are 70% more likely to capture a new market audience because of diversified members. When employees perceive their organization is committed to diversity and inclusion and they are actually feel included, employees are 80% more likely to rank their employer as a higher performing. A study published in American Sociological Review found that the companies with a higher percent in racial or gender diversity have higher sales revenues, more customers, higher than average market share and profitability. So these profits will clear you about the importance of diversity in marketplaces. Why the Fortune 500 companies are becoming more and more diversified. So these benefits will help you out to understand about the importance of or the benefits of diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So I hope that now onward you'll try to make your workplace more diversified and inclusive. So let's move to the last slide. Thank you all. That's it from my side. In case if you have any questions about the topic, please mention in the comments and do a like and subscribe the video. Thank you guys. Hope you like the knowledge about diversity.